So friends, today we'll be discussing about the incinerator, and the incinerator which I'll be talking about is from HMMC, Hyundai Marine Machinery Corporation. So let us see the functioning of the basic functioning of the this incinerator. Now this is the primary chamber of the incinerator, and this is the secondary chamber, and there is a refractory wall between both the chambers. And friends, this is the primary burner, and this is the main burner which will burn the sludge oil, and this is the primary blower. Now this the atomizing air for the main burner will be supplied by this primary blower. So actually what happens here is that initially the diesel oil will be supplied by the primary burner. So when the temperature of the primary chamber will rise, so for 30 minutes this primary burner will be running on diesel oil, and when the temperature of the primary chamber will rise to approx 700 degrees C, so what will happen? The main burner will come into action. The main burner purpose is to supply the sludge oil or the waste oil from the waste oil tank. Now friends, let us see what is there in the waste oil tank. In the waste oil tank we are having here a mill pump is there, and the mill pump, the location of this mill pump is actually 150 mm below the low level switch. So if the low level switch of the, if this is the float for the low level switch for the waste oil tank, then this mill pump section will be 150 mm below this low level switch. The main purpose is that it will churn out whatever the sludge gets accumulated at the bottom due to the gravity. It will just churn it out, and it will supply to the main burner pump, and from here it will go to the main burner. And also this line is having a tracing line of steam running along with the piping of this main sludge oil line. So this is the main burner. Now friend, this is the regulating damper at the exhaust. So first here the sludge oil will be burning here in the primary chamber, and whatever the uncombustible gases are there which they will pass from here, it will go to the secondary chamber. This is a secondary chamber. So to the secondary chamber, what will happen? It will further, because of the heat, because when the main burner will be running, then the temperature of the primary chamber will be approx 850 degrees C to 900 degrees C, and the uncombustible gases will further burn in the secondary chamber, and after that it will pass from here through the regulating damper to the exhaust. And actually the purpose of regulating damper is very important. We must know that here one portion is called ejector is there. The main purpose is that we want this primary chamber as well as this secondary chamber, mainly the primary chamber, under vacuum. So you'll find that in such type of incinerators, actually we will be having a U2 manometer is there on the front. So the one end is exposed to the atmosphere, and another end is connected to the, this is the another metal cladding is there. This is the refractory to the first cladding to the, and after that after this there is a metal cladding is there, and this is actually a free space is there. There is a space for the air. Now this end is actually connected to here. So this is connected to here like this. See, this is the U2 manometer. This is connected to here, and we have to maintain a negative pressure in this primary chamber. The main purpose of the negative pressure in the primary chamber is so that no flame or exhaust gases will come out of the chamber. So we are how this is possible. So this is actually we are achieving through this ejector. So as you are seeing this, there is another chamber out here. This is the air being supplied here for the cooling of this outer chamber, plus the exhaust gases which runs out from here. This exhaust gas is actually the forced draft of this exhaust gas is very high, and because of that a low pressure is being created over here. This low pressure is being created over here, similar to as what we are experiencing in the Venturi effect, what we are getting in the Venturi effect. So here also a low pressure zone is created here, and it will try to take all air out from this free space. This is the free space. This is the free space. So what we are seeing here, the primary blower, actually the air is being supplied for the main burner, plus the free space is being supplied, and the outer cladding of the incinerator, this is the outer cladding, so it is cooling this also, and this is the refractory. So, and also due to the forced draft of the exhaust after it passes from the exhaust, the burnt gases from the primary chamber, when it passes through the secondary chamber, and from here it passes through the regulating damper. We can regulate the flow of the exhaust gases through regulating damper. So we can actually, what we are doing is we are increasing the back pressure, or we can decrease the back pressure. So when we are decreasing the back pressure, actually what we are doing is we are creating a low pressure here. And what happens because of the low pressure, all a vacuum is being created over here. So it will suck the air whatever is there in the free space, and finally there will be a negative pressure developed inside this, and this holes are there, little holes are there, very small, and it will try to maintain a negative pressure inside this chamber also. So finally what we are getting is that we have to maintain a negative pressure of 50 mm of water gauge. So we are actually filling the water in this U2 manometer, and we are over the time we are just maintaining a level in this. So whenever it gets empty, or because if it dries out, we'll fill it with water. So this is the basic concept of this is a very important point, which in most of the videos it has not been covered, so I've just tried to cover it. So friends, this is the feeding door, and this is the sluice gate. Now this sluice gate we are operating through the pneumatic cylinder. So this is the pneumatic cylinder, and here one micro switch will be there. So what will happen is that whenever if you open this feeding door during the starting, see when this door will be open and this sluice door will be open, then primary burner will not fire initially. So now for working of this portion, you have to, through the button, you are operating this pneumatic cylinder, and this pneumatic cylinder will open this sluice door, and this sluice door, when it will sit over here, and whatever the waste you have fed through this feeding door, it will just go inside this. Whatever the charge is there, it will go inside the primary chamber, and after that you can shut it. After that you can, when it gets closed, this micro switch will give a signal that okay, the door is closed, and we can start the incinerator, and the primary burner will fire. Now friend, the oil from the main burner actually going return to the waste oil tank, plus at the discharge of the mill pump also we are having this connection here. Also friend, how much sludge oil has to be fed into the primary chamber, we can control it through the pressure regulating valve over here in the return line. See, this is the door at the bottom. This door we can open it to remove the ashes which are left over here after burning the solid waste. So we can open it. This door can be opened and we can remove